What is up, my beautiful Aries gang, the fire signs? How are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. We are here to do your October monthly tarot spread. Hell yeah! Happy October to you all. Happy early Halloween. We're using Halloween tarot. Yeah, these are going to be general messages, as always. These YouTube readings, they are general. I'm casting a very wide net with these readings, so please use your own discretion and discernment. Only take away the messages that you feel are intended for you, that are meant for you, that are for your best and highest good, Aries. You will know intuitively what those are. If something does not seem to fit your circumstance or scenario, you can release it. You don't need to take those messages on. That being said, come into this with an open heart and an open mind. If you knew everything, you wouldn't be here, right? So sometimes messages will take a few days, a few weeks, even a few months to resonate. So later down the line, if you connect with some of the material in this video, fantastic. That means it's your message. Take it and run with it. Everything you want to know about this video, ooh, poppers, will be in the description box below. That includes the decks I'm using today, as well as my social media channels. Check me out on The Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram if you are into social media. And if not, that's okay too. Yeah, Aries for the month of October. We'll see what messages want to come forward from my Aries gang. Love my Aries. I got a couple of great co-workers that are Aries. I love them dearly. And I'm actually, my website I'm working on with a family member actually who's an Aries. He's helping me do some artwork and he is incredibly talented. So yeah, go Aries gang. Love you all. Like, share, subscribe where you can. That helps me. We're going to hop in for your reading now. Beginning of the month, 2 of Wands, ooh, 5 of Pentacles, all right, and the 7 of Pumpkins, which is the 7 of Pentacles in this deck. Interesting. I actually kind of like this. This is a sort of a bizarre message, but you're at a crossroads. There's 2 roads that you could take, and it's something about one is the easy road and one is the more challenging, but the more challenging is what you see to be potentially more rewarding. Now, in this decision to go A or B, left or right, maybe choose this person or that person, do this job or that job, accept a position here or there, this city or that city, a million different scenarios, but you get what I'm saying. The 2 paths you could take, action forward. I think a lot of you are choosing the more difficult one or strenuous one that maybe offers you less money but potentially could lead to more happiness or more joy. Or if you're not relating to that, you may have already chosen a road not realizing how difficult it's going to be. So either way, it's resulting in assessment mode of, did I make the right move? Are these seeds that I've planted going to grow? I've packed my shit up and I've moved across the country. Was this the right move? Yeah, there's a little bit of time. It's going to take some time for these seeds to blossom, to come to fruition. I actually get really good vibes from this because this is one of your cards, Aries, the 2 of Wands. There's something about you were not afraid to go through the struggle, whether you intended to or not. Some of you purposely chose a path that you knew was going to be difficult, and I applaud you for taking that risk. It was clearly or is or was a challenge. Feelings of loneliness, isolation, seclusion, hardship, losing faith. It's a card of struggle. 5s in tarot are very uncomfortable energies. You're trudging through the snow, and there's a part of you that wants to turn back and go to the familiar, go to the unknown. But the other part of you is like, no, we're in this. We're doing it. This is the path we've chosen, and we're going to make it work. There is such a determination, Aries, to get through the challenges, to push through the barriers. It's almost like if you feel like you're being barricaded or blocked off, instead of just being like, oh, okay, and turning around, you're like, no, like, I've come this far. I'm coming through whether you like it or not. So it's almost like Spirit is testing you and you are showing up to the fight. It's incredibly high vibing energy. Some of you knew this road was going to be challenging. Again, for some of you, it was the less financially stable avenue to go down. But again, the end goal, the desired result, is worth it to you if you can get through this struggle. But what this is saying is you haven't seen the reward for your efforts yet. The seeds haven't blossomed yet. And this may have to do with seasonal change too. Something about, you know, say you're going through the beginning steps of this in Libra season, maybe in the new year it will come to, and I'm just throwing a random date out there, it doesn't have to be that. Yeah, actually let's clarify with a different deck. Let's see. Let's clarify the Two of Imps, or the Two of Wands. Oh, wow, too many cards, but actually, no, let's put that there. So you had the Chariot come out. You might be dealing with a Cancer. Could also talk about literal travel, forward movement, the Chariot, the limousine, taking some sort of position at like a fancy company, something that is very like business attire, very executive, corporate, cold, but financially stable, or something like celebrity here too, like getting the limo, we're taking you to the stage. Interesting. Also going home, whatever home means to you. It could literally be the city you grew up in. It could be visiting your family, your childhood best friend. The idea of going home with Cancerian energy here. It's a card of victory. I actually don't think that's the route you take. Opposing that, yeah, this is really powerful. You have the Assessment card again. Same card, different decks. Came out right in the same row here. You have an assessment being clarified by letting go of past disappointments, the Five of Cups. Things that were a disappointment emotionally, things that took a toll on your emotions, that broke your heart, that made you sad. Things that you feel like you lost, that slipped through your fingers, and at least at the time being you can't get back. There's an ability with this card to look at the glass half empty, loss, tragedy, disappointment, or you can vibe high and look at opportunities, new things coming in, new partnerships, new potential for emotional happiness, for fulfillment. This is, again, what I was saying, that teetering energy of, I know this isn't the easier road to take because there's something about it that I'm uncertain about. I'm questioning it. But there could be great joy in it with cups and emotions that I'm not even certain I understand or see yet. There's no guarantee of it, but I feel it emotionally. If I were to take this risk into the unknown that scares me, there might be huge reward in it. In terms of finding my soul path, my soul tribe, my future partner, my love of life, my business endeavor, whatever it is. This is what I'm saying. This is the two different paths. If this card talks about one or the other, options, actions forward, different routes you can go, which of these looks easier? Hop in the limo. We got you. Here's your free champagne. Here's a paycheck. Here's the, again, something about corporate and sterile. It's very easy. It'll just take you there. But there's something about it that's incredibly impersonal. You don't know this person. They're a stranger, just like, hop on in. Here it's challenging because what you're familiar with disappointed you. And you're still choosing to like learn the emotional lessons from the seeds that were planted that maybe didn't grow in the past. And maybe still, like, metaphorically, take those seeds into new soil and see if they'll grow elsewhere. See if these seeds, these ideas, the starting point, while they may have not worked out in the past, be it a relationship or a job or a career you were trying to get up and running, it may not have worked in that time, in that moment, in that situation, in that environment with that person. This is like, do I give it a go one last time, even though I know there's potential for failure? There's potential for disappointment, heartbreak, sadness. Am I ready to completely part ways with this? Or am I going to trudge through the snow and try and get to the destination despite the odds, despite the obstacles? I think a lot of you take the hard route. You take the difficult path. It is a test of your spirit and your endurance. Sorry, Aries, my camera froze. It would be easy to hop in this limo and have the driver take you to wherever you want to go. But it's not the most fulfilling route in order to achieve or accomplish what you're trying to do. You know that this test of your spirit, it's almost like the effort and energy and endurance you put into it, the universe is going to match it. So while there's no guarantees, you're not certain what the end result will be, you're really hoping that by stepping up to the plate, by raising your vibe and choosing the road less traveled, choosing the risk, taking a leap of faith, not listening to that little voice in your head that is full of worry and fear and the what ifs, you're doing it anyway. And there's an incredible sense of faith in yourself and faith in the universe that reward that is meant for you will come to you. Aries, this is powerful. This is powerful stuff. Middle of the month, options. The Seven of Cups, the Hierophant. This card has come up in almost every spread. Traditionalism, spirituality. He's sometimes the Pope. Spiritual leaders, marriage, commitment, family. Sometimes it's a card of Taurus. And the Page of Cups, the Page of Ghosts. It has to do with committing to this difficult path that you've already started down, or I think a lot of you are going to choose to go down. Or if you're not outwardly knowing that the path you've chosen is difficult, it's a rude awakening, but you're all the more driven to still get through it. You are not easily intimidated. You are not a quitter. This is like, I'm coming in, so let me through energy. Like, I will not rest until it is done. I will not settle. I will not be pushed aside. This is my dream. This is my destiny. I'm coming in. It's very powerful. There's a very firm commitment. And with this, it's almost like a double entendre of like the ancient mummy, something that's thousands of years. It's almost like with a wink, I don't care how long it takes me. If I have to do this for 1,000 more days, I will do it because this end goal, this end result means so much to me. What you're assessing is the potential for just how much joy and happiness it will bring you. It could just be a flop. It could end up being just a flopping of a fish on the dock who's like gasping for air, a disappointment of sorts. Or it could be like a fish rising from a cup, oh wow, I just heard, this is cheesy, but the phoenix who rises from the ashes. It's something even more insane and powerful that you could imagine. So you're in assessment of how much emotional reward and fulfillment waits on the other end of this difficult journey, this difficult endeavor. And with the Seven of Ghosts, it talks about options as well as illusions. Again, it talks about different ways you could take this. Different people you could work with, different people you could collaborate with, as well as different avenues that you could invest your time in, your money, your love, your energy in. I think for a lot of you, the easy route may have to do with joining others, being part of a group versus going solo. Having to do it all yourself and shoulder all the burdens, all the weight, all the financial responsibilities, all the executive decisions. It falls to you when you go through like this difficult thing. But again, I think internally, emotionally, you know, it's more rewarding to set yourself apart from the pack, to break away from the group and do what your heart is calling you to do. Even like the depiction here, it's like there's someone else saying, come on, like we'll take you there. Literally, we'll do all the work for you. In our limo, we'll take you there. And I'm speaking in metaphor here, but this is like, get in, it's the easy route. Like, we got you, you know? This is, I feel like I should do it on my own, but I'm a little bit intimidated. I'm a little bit scared to do it. I'm fearing that the results will not be what I want. It turns from fear, though, to optimism. I will say. Her face, there's this hesitancy, this biting her lip of, do I do it? Do I take the plunge? Do I take the leap of faith? Here it's like, well, I planted the seeds and they're coming along. There's some crops growing out of the ground here. There's progress. Is it worth it? That's what a lot of you are asking initially at the beginning of the month. Is this emotional risk worth it? For some of you, this might be reuniting with an ex, or someone that you had a past relationship with. It could be a parent. It could be a romantic partner that it hasn't always been easy. In order to repair this relationship, it would take a great amount of strength and endurance and effort. But again, is it worth it? Emotionally, what you're going to get out of it, is it going to brighten your life? Is it going to bring you more joy? If you guys can finally commit to each other, this could be put a ring on it, this could be marriage. It could just be commit to a partnership, a business partnership. Commit to establishing peace and harmony in a family dynamic, in a situation that has been turbulent or rocky. Committing to being respectful of each other's time, each other's feelings. Is something about bringing peace to the group with the Hierophant, like a spiritual calling on preaching to the group. Like, let's all fall in line and collaborate and work together. And that's interesting because it's sort of the opposite of what I was saying here. But I think it's the difference between what you're leaving behind and what you're going after. I think you are leaving either a group or something, a job behind, where you no longer are in alignment with the group decisions, with the group mentality, with the, I don't know, the ethics, the values, the morals, whatever is being preached, whatever is being advertised, or the game plan, the goals, the long-term future goals. I don't think you see eye to eye with these people. It's like they're on a whole other level and you are too. You're no longer, it's something about dreaming, romanticizing. You're no longer head in the clouds about it. You're ready to go after the tangible. It's not based in this, wouldn't it be nice one day? It's pentacles. Something you can reach out and grab, taking the bull by the horns, like, let's effing do this. Like, I'm ready to get it done. Bring on the hardship, bring on the agony, bring on the pain, because I know I got good stuff coming in. Good stuff that's going to make me happy. And with this page, it might involve children of some kind, but more than anything, this speaks to me about something you have only a little bit of experience in, something that you maybe, this has never been your main career or your main job. It's something potentially you're seeking income or stability from, but you're really kind of just getting it off the ground. It's not an ace, it's not brand new, but it's a page. You're still perfecting the skill, you're still learning about it. You're still in a place where you can be receiving messages that are going to help you grow spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically maybe. Some of you are like writing a letter or, I don't know, sending a text, an email to someone that you love, and you're wondering how it's going to be received, or vice versa. Somebody could be doing that to you. But no, I think you're the one sending it. That's the impression I get. And yeah, you're not certain about the reception. There's a lot of unknowns in this scenario. As I've been saying, there's a great leap of faith. It's like, get in the cab, but where are you taking me? Like, I'm not even sure. There's a lot of question marks and unknowns. All of these, her faces, like it's fearing the unknown. And again, taking a leap of faith that if I choose to vibe high and I choose to put my energy and endurance into this, something will come of it. It may not be exactly what I was anticipating. It could be a happy surprise. Again, it could be a flop the first time I do it. But with a page, there's room for error and there's room for growth. There's room to become the master of our skill, particularly in the arts, something creative, music, painting, writing, singing, acting, dancing, whatever it is for you. There's room to perfect your skill, but it brings you joy to do it. Something about performance, the idea of a costume, maybe you're on stage. Again, something the idea of celebrity, attracting a larger group of followers, potentially, if it's on social media, if it's gaining support, gaining a tribe, subscribers, followers to your blog, to your, I don't know, to come see your show, to see your performance, to endorse you, to et cetera, et cetera. There may be different ways you could take this skill or this talent, different people you could collaborate with, or different cities that you feel like you could have major success in, or parts of town. You want to reach people in their homes as well. So I don't know if that's like tuning into you on the radio or on television, or getting your newsletter in the mail, your newspaper writings, messages that you're sending out to the public. Two of Wands. Yeah, so same card. As I was saying, there's something unknown here. This is the same card, different decks, two different paths you could take. And I was just saying different ways you could establish roots or connect to people, or like connect with them. The idea of a Ouija board, not knowing, trying to get clarification, tarot reading, right? I mean, that's what you're doing here. With the moon, this talks about following your intuition. I get the sense there's going to be many, many crossroads ahead of you. As you start down this path to whatever, being a singer, let's just go with that example. There's going to be multiple opportunities for you to make a judgment or an assessment of which direction do I want to go with this? What record company do I want to sign with? Who do I want to bring on as my manager? Do I want to live in New York or LA? Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of unknowns. And again, with this, I was getting, there are no certainties. There is no guarantee on the box, so to say. You have to go with your gut. You have to follow your intuition. Listen to what your heart is calling you to do. In the past, you may have written off your intuition, your emotional guidance system as silly kid games. The idea of a page, it's whatever. You almost wrote it off as childish, oh, I'm just dreaming. As I was saying, it's no longer just dreaming. It's money in the bank. It's physical. It's tangible. It's reach out and grab it. Now is the time. Now is the opportunity. I just heard the line in The Craft when they're chanting or doing that seance. It's like, now is the time. This is the hour. Ours is the magic. Ours is the power. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. That's super random reference. But there's something to that. Now is the time. This is the hour. Ours is the magic. Ours is the power. It's time to take control of your life, of this situation, to step into the spotlight, to step into your power. Doesn't that look like a spotlight? A lot of you, there's something about stage, performance, giving speeches, on the road potentially, doing stand-up comedy and going on tours. It's something of that nature where it's like you are the leader. The Hierophant frequently speaks to me about leading the masses, giving out messages with that page of emotional messages, things that touch people on an emotional or spiritual level, comedy, things that are healing to the masses, to the group, to the public. If you want guarantees, you are not going to get them, Aries. And I'm sorry, sometimes hearing that sucks, but I have no reason not to be very truthful and blunt with you. There are no guarantees. You have to listen to what your heart is telling you, because that is what is guiding you on this really crazy journey that you're on. Potentially, as I said, to the path of celebrity. Something about that. Seven of Bats. Yeah, moving forward with your thoughts and not looking back. There is something that, again, in this energy, you're not completely on board with the idea yet. You're looking for reasons to talk yourself out of it, but what I'm getting is you're running out. You're running out of reasons, or dare I say excuses. No shade, Aries. You know I love you. You're running out of excuses why you shouldn't go after this wholeheartedly. Completely 100% committing to it. It's like you're breaking out your Ouija board at night like, I shouldn't do this, right? There's a reason why I shouldn't do this. And it's like all signs point to yes. I think, is that what it says on a Magic 8 Ball? Some of you are definitely into like the occult and spirituality, and I'm into that. I like it. It's cool. You're running out of reasons why you shouldn't just go. Just go on this journey. This reminds me of Fool energy. It's like, take the leap of faith. Here it's just a dream. You're imagining how good it could be. Here it's like, take it and run with it. Go. What is stopping you, Aries? You may have strong air in your chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is a new beginning. in healing, in emotional happiness, again, there's that moon, listening to that intuition. Listening to your heart yields positive, happy, emotional results. Happy tears, I just heard. Something that you've wanted to go after your whole life. It's like you had to give yourself a pep talk to recognize that it's no longer dreaming about it. Now is the time. This is the hour. Ours is the magic. Ours is the power. I just keep hearing that. Happy tears. I'm so glad I did this. Why did I wait so long? This is what I've dreamed of doing my entire life. This is the person I've dreamed of being with my entire life. I'm so glad I opened my heart to them. I'm so glad that I was vulnerable and expressed my truth, my love. Fairy tale ending? Bottom of your deck? Okay, we'll take it. Ace of Imps, Ace of Wands, the Ace of Rods, Fire. You have two aces. Emotional fulfillment and with Wands, passion, excitement, motivation. Let's be real, it's the boner card. It's what excites you. What gets you lit and all like ready to like put your magic out into the world. It's your magic wand, isn't it? Whatever you take that to mean, right? It's putting your magic out into the world. Major witch vibes. That quote I was getting from the crafts. And I mean, you can take that word witch and spin it a lot of different ways, but I just heard witch doctor. Maybe some of you are doing some sort of spiritual healing. That could be as well. Interestingly enough, it's like spiritual healing in like a public forum where, again, audiences, clapping, cheering, applause. Maybe you are a dancer or you sing and it provokes emotions from the audience. It provokes tears of joy or encouragement, enlightenment, light, right? With your wands, something about you illuminate ideas and emotions to people. You set them off on a new path, on a new beginning. You bring joy and peace and healing to others with your magic, with your craft, with your skill, with your creativity, with your communication, with your voice, with your talents. In a world that is dark and difficult, wow, this is big. When people feel frustrated with life, when they are going through times of hardship, feeling loss, abandonment, financial struggle, you yank the devil out of their lives and allow them peace and clarity and harmony. Even if it's only fleeting, even if it's for that one performance that you put on, you allow people release from their problems. You allow them to forget about their problems or put their problems on the back burner to experience and enjoy life. Again, if only for an hour, if only for 3 hours, if only for the day that they're with you. You bring healing to people and you allow them to it's like you yank the devil out of their psyche, out of their mindset of woe is me and my life is so hard and it's always tragedy. They go and see you sing and they're like, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. This is very powerful. You yank the devil out of them. You pull them out of a state of being stuck, of toxins in their brain. You pull them out of this, again, depression, this state of loss, of confusion. There's something inspiring about you. Again, the spotlight is on you. Healing. Something about tears. You allow them, or something about you make them feel safe, or you make them feel loved. You bring love or joy into their life. You allow them to sleep peacefully at night. I don't know if you're a healer of some kind, or you're doing some sort of work on the psyche. If it's not arts and entertainment, to be honest, I think it's both. Some of you are doing spirituality mixed with comedy or entertainment. But what you're doing allows people peace of mind. When they are after 3 of Swords, which is 3 of After Three of Swords, which is Four of Swords, which is what this is, Four of Bats. After heartbreak and confusion, difficulty, sorrow, sadness, you bring this. You bring this deep breath, this ability to turn off their active mind. Again, yank those negative thoughts, those devil thoughts out of their head. Maybe not forever. Maybe you're not fixing them and fixing their problems. I mean, that's a lot of responsibility to shoulder, to burden, right? But something about what you're doing brings healing and calming, or a calming sense, peace of mind. Something about they feel like you're looking out for them, or your story mirrors theirs. You inspire them to maybe, because you set yourself apart from the pack, you chose not to take the easy road. It's like your story is highlighted as someone who overcame obstacles, someone who had been to the very bottom pits of life and was able to pull themselves out, pick themselves up by their bootstraps, take those uncomfortable risks, knowing that something good will come to them eventually. It has something to do with that. You went off and took a huge leap of faith, and there is some sense of like spotlight or celebrity or accomplishment around it. And now it's like you're inspiring others to do that. People who are constantly rattling ideas in their brain of I can't do this, or I don't know how to go after this. You bring them some sort of calming thought and some sort of healing, or some sort of healing power, or emotional comfort. Aries, this is pretty insane. Clarify this Four of Bats, Four of Swords for Aries. Clarify this Four of Swords. Clarify the Four of Bats for Aries. What does this have to do with Four of Bats? Four of Bats. Four of Bats. You bring faith back into their life. The Lord, I always take this as like a double entendre, a wink of like the Lord, God, Spirit, Universe. People who have lost faith, that again, it's like something is keeping them up at night. They're not at peace. They're not at ease. You bring, like, whether you realize it or not, whether or not you're a spiritual person, it doesn't really matter. What you're doing brings peace and calm, and it allows people to connect with themselves spiritually again, as well as something greater, source. Maybe some of you are tarot readers. Maybe some of you, again, something about like the occult or witchcraft in the sense of nature, natural healings of the body. You set them off on a new path as well. There's major like night energy, nights who bring change and movement into our life. Yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff, Aries. This is a cool reading. Very unique. What can we put on this spread for Aries? One final card. What does Aries need to know? By not going after this, you are robbing other people the experience of you, of sharing your story of hardship and difficulty. You're denying people that opportunity to relate to you, to be inspired by you, for you to motivate them. What you're doing is not just for you, though I think you get great joy out of it. This, like, it's like you're an earth angel. You are meant to come into people's lives and make major changes. Flow, the flow of the universe, something about spreading love and light and peace and joy. The idea of waters being very calming, very cool, washing over you and healing your scars. What you're doing is very healing. You welcome people into this state of peace. You bring peace to their lives. Healing waters. Daydreams and decisions. I think this has to do with you deciding to set off on down that path, on that course, and committing to it. How I was saying, for the longest time, this was just a dream, something floating in your head, circulating the idea of how emotionally fulfilling it could be. It's making a decision on making your daydreams a reality. How I was saying, you're going from cups, emotions, dreams, and ideas for that matter, to the physical realm, making it a reality. Pentacles, capitalizing on it, making money from this skill or talent, building the house, building the career, building the relationship. It's bringing it to the reality. But there's important decisions to be made here. As I was saying, there's a lot of crossroads ahead of you. There's going to be multiple times during this month or in the coming months that it's like, do I go this way or that way? Okay, decision made. Do I go this way or that way now? Okay, decision made. It's like one decision after another. You are making the executive decisions in your life, Aries. Beautiful. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. It sounds like October is going to be a pretty kick-ass month. Let me know in the comments below what resonates for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. That helps me a lot. Sending so much love to all my Aries gang out there, and I will see you soon for more tarot readings. Bye.